Well, hey, Ben. Please let me know. What's up, everybody? Please let me know that you guys can hear me very clearly. Hopefully, I'm not too loud, okay? If not, let me know. I'll switch mics, okay? Please let me know that you guys can hear me without issue. Girl, let me make sure this mic is on, though, okay? So let me know that you guys can hear me, or am I talking to myself? Let me know and I'll switch it, change it, rearrange it, okay? Let's see. Oh, y'all can. Okay, yay. Okay. That's what's up. Thank you so much, Steph. Girl, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, what's up, Lady J? What's going on, Shantia? What's up, Lawanda? Hey, Pseudolong. I'm sorry if I messed that up because some part of me feels like I butchered that, and I do apologize. Okay, what's going on, Kevin? Hey, Steph. What's up? That's what's up. Shantia says, "Chai, was son what? Was son is getting down to your music? Oh, your son was getting down to the music, and you just pissed him off. I'm sorry. My bad. I am so sorry. Tell him to forgive me. Oh my goodness. So please forgive me. Okay. What's going on? Okay, Lenny, what's up? So you can't hear me. Okay, perfect. What's up, Omar? Portia Kayla. Hey, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please hit that like button on your way into the video. We got some things we're gonna talk about, right? So I am going to be doing Kandi and the Gang, but I have decided to go ahead and right after that's done, review Bad Boys LA, because what I want to do later tonight is go live again with you guys and talk about a lot of different topics and stuff. Y'all know how we do our quick chats and we go live, and I'm probably most likely going to throw in one This Is Messy. I'm not sure, it may be two, but I feel like we're gonna have a lot to talk about tonight, so I say let me go ahead and just knock this out with Bad Boys LA, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys later on tonight. All right, so we could definitely, talk about some more stuff. Okay, so there's that. We got a lot going on. I know they've been blowing the Discord up with all kind of things, honey. So we are definitely going to be talking about it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear any noise in the background. Okay, because the dryer is definitely over there going. Okay, so if y'all can't hear it, that'll be great. So just let your girl know. Okay, yes, Zaquavia. Yes, ma'am, you are indeed catching a live. Okay, perfect. Okay, you don't hear nothing? Nah, I don't hear nothing. Okay, so you just hear me. Okay, period. That's all you need to hear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Kandi and the Gang. Again, as you all are coming in, please be sure to hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Okay, now Kandi and the Gang. So Todd and Kandi, y'all know they over there talking to Chandrilla because they want to know what she said to old boy. Okay, at least they kind of know what she said because they saw it on the tape, but they want her to pretty much say it to their face, and she's not willing to do that at this point. She's just really focused on who told you this information. That's what I want to know. Who told you? And I just kind of feel like, girl, you worried about the wrong thing. Did you or did you not say it? Okay, she says oh, I think when I asked her about some of the issues, she said she's tired of having different managers come in and out of the business. I can't blame her on that. Okay. That would get a bit annoying. Okay. Y'all can't seem to keep nobody. Right. So then Kandi is hoping to do like the team building, what you call it, exercise. Okay. She's trying to do the team building exercise, and she's hoping that that's going to help. Meanwhile, Todd wants Chandrilla to be more open with them in the future. She says she's going to be more open. I don't know if she's going to be more open. As I reflect on the conversation that she was having with Brandon, it makes me think that times when she's tried to have an open conversation with them, they weren't really receptive to the things that she said. So it'll make somebody be like, well, I ain't gonna say that. Do what y'all gonna want to do, what y'all gonna do, which is why she told Brandon, Kandi, and Todd don't give up. Okay, so what's the point in me continuing to come to you about information if you're not gonna give? You feel what I'm saying, Ross? So there's that. Dom and Brandon, they seem to be getting much closer. I don't know what I was expecting from them, but I feel like they're moving very rapidly. I'm not mad at it. Do your thing. If you know who you want to be with, then go be with them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she gets to his house. I'm sorry, but that house looked like somebody's basement. And not all basements look bad, okay, because there are some really nice finished basements and all of that in Georgia, right? But that was not giving. It was so much mismatch furniture in there, and I said, watch. He probably thinks that he probably calls it art, and I'm like, baby, that right there is not art. That looks like a bunch of junk that you pulled together and you threw into this apartment. And I feel a way about it a little bit that you got this manager position. Meanwhile, Melvin and the parking person, parking Patrick. Okay, parking lot Patrick and Melvin over here living better than you. And then I said, well, girl, I guess it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Okay, everybody start off a little rough, honey, I guess. And he'll get better at some point. He'll get better at some point. I was hating to see it, girl, when she sat down on that sofa. You know what that sofa was giving me? If you hit the sofa, ain't nothing but dust and smoke gonna come out. I said, oh, baby. Ooh. That's one of those spots where you be like, no, I'm gonna stand, I'm good. No, I'll show you want some water. No, I'm good. You got bottled water? I'll say bottle. You ain't got no. All right, nah, it's cool. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was giving. Like, girl, let me sit down on the edge. Okay, my legs these a little tired, but I'm gonna sit on a piece of the sofa, just a piece. I just need about this much of the sofa. Let me sit my on it, girl. But if you think I'm gonna sit all the way back and get comfortable with these dust mites, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But she sat down all comfortable and stuff. I said, oh, she been over here before. Ugh. Girl, I'm having a little flashback. Girl, when I used to talk to somebody, girl, listen. Girl, that's gonna have to be a story time for a later time. But baby, it was giving. How do you live in this? How do you live in this? Okay. Now I'm over here questioning myself, like, girl, you overstayed your welcome. Actually, why didn't you leave immediately when you walked in? But anyway, girl, let me just bring it back. Kandi in the game. Dom and Brandon, girl, we're gonna talk about that at a later time. It's embarrassing. Anyway. So what else? Yeah, I felt like Brandon may need to get a little more money because I'm not understanding how Melvin and Patrick over here living better than than him. But then again, that is what Kandi, her little brothers or her little cousins, but you look at them like they her kids or whatever. So it makes sense, I guess, because she paying for it. But anyway, when he gets there, he talks real briefly about the meeting. And he's like, yeah, you missed the meeting. Like, was it worth it? She was like, yeah, it was worth it. He was like, oh, then what happened? She was like, oh, I got booked. So I'm gonna be gone in like a month for a little bit. I'm gonna be gone for a little minute or whatever like that. But she said she couldn't tell him who the person was that she got booked with. But she ended up opening up and she let us know that she actually got booked for Rick Ross or something like that. She told Kandi. So she got booked to go on tour or do some project or whatnot with Rick Ross. So that was cool. Okay. So shout out to her for that. And I have to say, as much as I may not like how Kandi and them handle their business, shout out to Kandi and them and any other restaurants that operate in a manner where a person still can have a job, be able to make ends meet, hello, over here in GA, and be able to go out and chase their dreams, because everybody don't want to sit in the office 9 to 5 and do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's really going to take away from dream chasing and doing things, other things that you may want to do in life, okay? Other goals that you have at bay or whatnot. So shout out to them for creating that type of space where it's okay for her to go out and pursue those things. So much so that Kandi hooked her up initially, I believe, with dancing for her, which opened up doorways for her to do other things. So I think there are some great advantages with working with Kandi, because I think Kandi definitely look out for the people. Okay. She do be looking out for the people. So I think that's awesome. And I actually love that. So we get to Brian in Georgia. Why did I put Georgia? Oh, Georgia, that was the lady that was in there that was helping cook. Okay, yeah. So Brian, so while he's on suspension, he's decided that he's going to drill in on his business. Y'all know he does like the rolls, okay? The egg rolls. He has that egg roll business. So he's drilling in on that, which is a good thing, because I'm sure with that suspension came suspension without pay, honey. Okay, he just got back. Now with suspension without pay. So yeah, go ahead and drill in on your business. Speaking of drill in, Miss Chandrilla decided that she was going to pull up, okay? She pulls up and she tells him about the sit down that she had with Kandi and Todd and how they rolled up on her. And, they was questioning her about the things that she was out here, saying to the people. And she's still trying to figure out who said it. But she has an inkling in her mind of who said it, which is Patrick. I understand why that's not so far-fetched, considering the fact that Patrick already snitched on her. So it only makes sense to her in her head that it would be him. But then she, hopefully she find out who it really was, before actually seeing it on TV. kind of embarrassing because I feel like how key it really was Don Juan that snitched on you. It wasn't even Brandon. Brandon may have gotten caught by the ring light, but Don Juan was the one that snitched on you, girl. Okay, so she tells him about the team building event, and he wants to go, but of course he's suspended. But he said he's gonna pull up anyway, and I said, hell yeah, pull up, because even though you're suspended, you're still a part of the team, and you're still expected to return. So I feel like this is going to be just as beneficial for you as anybody else that's on the team. So definitely pull up, okay? That's what's up, sis. I honestly haven't been watching the show the last 2 episodes. I'd much rather watch the reviews. Ooh, oh my. Well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate you watching me. Thank you so much. I wonder, a suspension was 2 weeks is a bit much. I feel like that was a bit much. I feel like Patrick had a very valid reasoning when he said, it was one way when I was here. I kind of came back. I'm new to being back. And I could see nobody really explaining a lot to him. So then he, you know what I'm saying? He was being, I'm sorry, not Patrick, but Brian. Brian was being the same old Brian that he is. And that unfortunately resulted in him getting suspended. But I don't think it should have been suspension for 2 weeks. Like, what? What? And then this is how I feel too. I don't like that whole talk about when Don Juan and what's his name? It's Philip, right? Don Juan and Philip was trying to tell him about his attitude and how he can't talk back. See, that's y'all problem, because y'all got some type of supervisor or leader type role. You think that you could talk to people any kind of way and people not supposed to check you. Like, I don't give a what position I got. If you rude and disrespectful, I'm gonna meet you as where you at. So why it is that I gotta get suspended because you the one who got an attitude, because you the one that felt the way. I feel like protocol should have came before your feelings. So let's talk about that. Before you get in your feelings, you need to follow protocol first. All right, because that's how a lot of y'all managers and whoever else be having people stop, because you're getting your feelings about stuff. Okay, so I didn't really like that he was being suspended primarily because he talked back to Philip. You're not my dad. You're not my dad. You're just a manager. Okay, so you get fly with me, I'm gonna get fly with you. So what we talking about? So I ain't like that. But anyway, he shouldn't have got suspended for that long. I mean, maybe he could have went home for a day while they sorted it out. Maybe 2 days, but not no 2 weeks. I really like this show, between OLG ladies to the messiness of the restaurant and the cast. Kandi did good with this show. P.S. It's Aunt Bertha show, and it's Aunt Bertha show, and that's gonna be on P. Okay, did she tell what's Aunt Nora not to tell her to shut up or somebody like, you don't tell me to shut up? Girl, I love her. And I don't think the show is bad at all. I am enjoying it for the most part. And I think that it only has the potential to get better and better and better. Okay. So those are my thoughts. You can't give black folk leadership because they wanted to fire him. I feel like that's universal, not just black folks. To me, I feel like that's universal. You give any people leadership, and with leadership, people like to equate that to power, and then they just, girl, they be on a whole nother wave with it. Like, you're under me, I'm over you. Like, that's literally how they look at things, not understanding that those roles can switch at any moment. Like, you can be reduced down to my level, and then I could be reduced, promoted at any moment to your position. So what's what? So yeah. What else going on? Let me see what else you guys saying before I move on. LOL, it's OLG show because all 3 of them come and steal the show. Okay, don't they be coming and steal the show? But I do feel like it's primarily Miss Bertha. Bertha's in the front. If it's OLG, she's in the front. Bertha was saying it to Mama Joyce. I think was it Mama Joyce? Because I think she got pissed off with her in the confessional, right? But then Nora told her to be quiet when they was at the field day or something like that. And she was like, "Don't tell me to be quiet." Girl, they a mess. One thing about Aunt Bertha's going to keep it authentic, 100%. Let's keep going. So Todd, Kandi, and Don, and Philip, they all link up. They go to OLG too, which I actually want to go by. That one is over in Camp Creek, and I feel like they're gonna have better parking than what you gonna see over there off Peter Street, girl. It just depends on when you really go over there to that one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of street parking. Of course, Kandi got that parking behind, but it'd be like, Kandi, I don't feel like giving you no extra dollars to park in your parking lot, girl. Let me just find a spot on the street. But sometimes it'd be a whole lot. And then even like our parking lot is that big anyway. Let's be honest about that. So, girl, I'm gonna check out the one at Camp Creek too. Okay. Anyway, so they tell Philip about the team meeting because y'all know he didn't show up. They didn't want him there. They only wanted the other employees there. Philip tells them about Brian and how the whole breakdown happened of him ended up getting suspended, and how he was sitting at the bar when he wasn't supposed to be sitting at the bar. And then when he was told to be removed from the bar, he kind of got like a little attitude, got a little snappy or whatever. Okay. Philip says we had to suspend him, saying we as in Don Juan and I. No. And I wish Don Juan would have said, no, that was initially your idea. You chose to suspend him. I just chose to, back you up because, I want to just try and keep every, the respect level all the way around, like we supporting you. But primarily, that was your idea. You the one that felt the way. Some we had. Don't put me in it. Don't put me in it. That was all you found. Okay, so what else? Don Juan cosigns, right? Saying, yeah, when it came to Brian, when it came to him, he was just doing a whole lot. He was just a bit snappy. He was acting like this and that. And it's like, Don Juan, stop. Cut that out. Because how I felt when he did that, it was like, so you're just going to overlook the actions of Philip and how Philip approached him in the situation too. That's where I'm coming from with it. So I didn't like that. Philip thinks that he should be fired. That's where I feel like Philip he may react very impulsively, like and very quickly to things instead of like assessing. He immediately gets in his feelings, like somebody crossed me, somebody tried to embarrass me in front of other people, and because you tried to embarrass me, I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna get rid of you. Then now we're gonna see who's gonna have the last laugh. Aha! That's how he comes off, and I'm like, that's not how that should go. You don't go from suspending somebody for 2 weeks and then turn around and just fire them and don't have enough of a ground of an explanation. Like, girl, that's probably gonna end you up somewhere, some type of what they call, I can't even think of when you file something against your company when they operate in a certain manner. I cannot think of what you call that. EEOC. I think it's EEOC. Like, girl, you're gonna fuck around and get an EEOC complaint on it's because you ain't out here operating accordingly, and you probably didn't follow the bylaws within the protocol book or whatever, and you're gonna around and get some complaints. Y'all got enough complaints on the ratings of the restaurants and how they keep dropping. That's enough of a complaint right there. Do you want an EEOC complaint too? Goodness. But anyway, so Kandi is not really with the idea of Brian just being fired. She's like, wait a minute, I feel like that's a lot. Todd, like, well, I'm with them. Todd, of course you're with them. You know what, Todd? I'm learning, Todd. I'm learning that you are one of those individuals that lack, in my opinion, experience, and then given a higher position and like to dictate with a lack of understanding of what it takes to actually be in that position. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mama Joyce said Joe need to go in that kitchen. Right? Because you're a person that likes to come in and dictate and say how things should be and this and that and woo, but has yet to step in anybody's shoes or feel any particular role to really know how this works. Right. And I also feel like Kandi comes from a place of having a deeper relationship with her employees. So she comes with like that understanding of things that they may have been through. Right. And sometimes that's just what it is. Not saying that it's right or anything, but sometimes people have life outside of jobs and life just hits them. So when they come into work, it may not be a good day. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think managers could lead with, is there anything going on? Is there something you need to talk to me about? Whatever, do you need to go to HR or like have an HR counselor or somebody that they can go in there and have a conversation with if it's something, you know what I'm saying? Instead of immediately feeling like, oh, you getting suspended and then after that you getting fired. Okay, then cool. Then you finna get an EEOC. Like, what's going on? What would you like to do with that? Right. But I also think that when it comes to those complaints, it may depend on how long you've been on the job or whatnot. I'm not sure of the fine print details, but yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, they said Todd know how to swerve. Nobody said he knows how to steer, right? I absolutely agree about Todd. Does all that talking has he ever even worked in retail to know how it works? Exactly, honey. Yeah, Mama Joyce thinks she a housewife. My favorite part was Mama Joyce said she can't stand Ty. Neither does anyone in ATL. Do you hear me? And I said, nobody in ATL like Ty. Girl, she had me thinking for a second. And she don't. Mama Joyce, I think she tries to like Todd, but the way she came off in that confessional, and knowing what we're going to see on Real Housewives of Atlanta, confirmed that she cannot stand that man. I do not know what Todd has done. I just feel like Todd came into the game maybe not making as much money or having as much as Miss Kandi had. And she just immediately like stereotyped that man. But she cannot stand him. I don't think Todd is that bad of a person at all. I don't think he's bad. I think he's good at, being a visionary when it comes to these businesses and stuff, just like Miss Kandi. I just don't like how he goes about dictating. Right? Just like Kandi said, he wants to create these things, open up restaurants and stuff, but then don't want to have anything else to do with them when the idea comes up. I'm like, well, then, Todd, you might want to just be some type of consultant, honey, and let somebody else carry out the vision or some type of investor and just leave it at that. Alana says, Todd always got all these business ideas, but don't ever want to work. Just like Kandi says, like y'all still don't have a generator. Why? Exactly. But he can walk around and tell other people what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong and what they need to fix. And it's like, you need to fix this club or this restaurant. Okay? Y'all need to get a generator. Let's get it together. Start generating ideas on how you can fix this. Hello? Yeah, Todd isn't a horrible person, but Mama Joyce needs to realize he's not going anywhere at all. That's still Kandi's husband, and that's still Ace and Blaze's daddy. Period. I'm glad that Kandi stood up for herself and said what the people are saying about him creating businesses. Yes. I never really see Kandi and Todd, and y'all let me know. In the times we've seen them on television, I've never really seen them get into a lot of speaking facts. It just seemed like for the most part, most of the time, their relationship just be perfect. Right. So I want to see like a little bit of disagreement and see how y'all work through that. I feel like we're going to see that next season because he's finna get frustrated with y'all for sure. Right. Not that I ever want them to, divorce or break up or anything like that. But I do wonder, how do they work through their problems? Because sometimes I do think Kandi doesn't really want to argue sometimes. So she just be like, okay, let me just, whatever. Right. So I want to see how they work through those issues. But what else we got? Chandrilla and Brandon. Okay, she tells him about the meeting and she's still trying to figure out who said what. And he over there, Brandon over there, like, but you said it. But didn't you say that? Like, you said that at the meeting. Like, didn't you already say that? And she's like, no, they said somebody told them that I said it. So I'm trying to figure out who was the person that said that I said it, girl. Okay, keep trying, honey. Then she goes over to check Patrick and Melvin. I was here for Patrick and Melvin, especially Melvin. Melvin was like, who said it? Who said it? So is this something that's fact, or this something that's making that you done made up in your mind? Oh, okay. So what you coming over here with is some mess that what you coming. I was like, come on, Melvin, get it together. Then somebody, I don't know if it was Melvin or Patrick, but somebody said, girl, if you don't get girl, if this wasn't high school, but it was like, girl, if you don't get your own mess from over here. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I kind of tickled a bit because I'm like, girl, who said that? Oh my. But I was with them. I was like, girl, go on. Like, you've been around here talking all this mess, different stuff at different times, not caring who you said it in front of, and then got the audacity to question who snitched on you. Girl, go away from me with this. But when Patrick got up there and lied to the people, talking about something, I ain't no rat, I don't do no snitch, you know what I'm saying? Because that one thing my family don't do, you know what I'm saying? We don't move like that. Girl, come through with the flashbacks. The way he sat up there with Miss Kandi and ratted out old girl. So you can cut it out, Mr. Patrick. End it right there. However, I was glad that he went and snitched. So I didn't mind him being a rat in that moment. I just need him to accept the fact that he is one, and that's okay. Right? So we get to Dom and Brandon. She's about to head out. Y'all know she's going to put in her time, go and travel, do this work with Rick Ross. And she asked him, like, are you going to be able to not see other people while I'm gone? He told me saying he don't know or whatever like that. Long story short, they make a final decision that they are going to be exclusive. They are exclusively dating. They are now a girlfriend, boyfriend, and he is going to not see anyone while she is away. And when he first said he didn't know, I was like, baby, cut it out, sir. You done went and got this job just to get next to her. Let this girl meet your parents after God knows how long. Like, you are wrapped and she ain't even give you none yet. Like, you're already wrapped. So it's like, boy, you ain't gonna be out here talking to nobody. Cut it out. cut it out. So she was happy. They're happy. So I ain't mad at it. And I kind of hope that they are still together. I don't know if we're gonna get a reunion. Because Todd and Kandi did a live one time and recently. And I think one of the questions were, are y'all getting a reunion? And then Todd said, yeah, Kandi gonna do it over there on YouTube, on Speak On It. So I don't know what's to be true. Don't seem like Bravo is going to give them one, but I think at the last minute they could. Like, who knows? But yeah, so there's that. Hopefully they're still together. Let's get to Riley, because I guess it was Riley's birthday. Riley then came back home and stuff. So they were doing a little celebration for her. Todd talks about how he wants to keep the restaurant legacy going, right? He wants to keep that going because Ace said he wants to own a restaurant. You got Kayla working in production, which I think is hella dope. Go into that field. Your dad already has connections. Love that. Go ahead. I thought at one point Kayla was trying to do like a fashion line or get into that, but I guess she's going to do production, which is fine as well because she can venture off at any moment. But I think production would definitely pay her well. You may start out not making so much, but over time, as you grow, girl, you will definitely be making some coin. Depending on, you know, what position, you know, how high up you go. But anyway, what else? Miss y'all know Riley is in school because she wants to be an attorney at some point, so that's going to happen for Miss Riley. All right, and then you got Mama Joy. So they start talking about about the restaurant, since he wants this to be a legacy for the family. Mama Joyce is just like, listen, if that's going to happen, everybody needs to learn different parts of the restaurant. Todd is in disagreement with this because he knows it's going to require more of him that he's not willing to give. Kayla co-signs Mama Joyce, and then Mama Joyce tell him, that's why I want your ass to get in the kitchen. He does not want to get in that kitchen. I think he said that's not his passion or anything like that. And I'm like, it don't have to be your passion. It's still your business. It's your restaurant. You still come there on a day-to-day basis, checking in on people. The least you can do is figure out how they operate, how y'all got this business as long as y'all had it. Because OLG has been around for maybe, 3 years or something like that. How you have it as long as you had it and you don't even know the ins and out of any of the positions. I kind of feel a way about that, right? So there's that. I definitely agree with Mama Joyce. And this is when Mama Joyce decided to go into the confessional and say, I cannot stand, this is the reason right here why I cannot stand Todd Spence, and everybody in Atlanta can't stand him either. Okay, so there's that. And those feelings have not changed. And she meant what she said from the beginning. She do not like him. Okay. What else? So Todd, I think this is when Kandi said, Todd love trying to create these businesses, but he ain't never trying to, put in the work after everything is up and running and stuff, right? So Todd wants to be a dictator, but doesn't want to work in the restaurant. I said he be so ready to fire everyone, but doesn't even have a full understanding of their positions or nothing, which is why he aligns himself with Philip. That's why he agrees so much with Philip. But I guess because of Kandi, he can't reinforce certain things, right? But Philip can, because that's Philip's role. And then in addition to that, he's okay with Philip being the bad guy versus him being the bad guy, right? And I'm like, see, Philip and Todd, y'all are the reasons. Y'all are the type of managers and overseers or whatever you want to call yourselves, supervisors. Y'all are the type of people that make individuals leave companies because of y'all. All right. What else? Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the management that Philip puts in place, I think is great. But then sometimes I feel like he gets too involved in his feelings and go over the top. And it's obviously clear that he has an issue with feminine gay men. Yeah, obviously he has, like, that bothers him for some reason. I don't know, but yeah. So then what else? They get the team building, they do tug of war. I thought Kandi was gonna win. All right, they done lost. She done pulled everybody on her team that has a problem with each other, which I thought was smart. I was like, yes, make them all work together. Philip, Torrin, Chandrilla, who else she put on there? Brian, I think he was on the team. Brian went to go get his bandana from Philip. He gonna ask Kandi to give it to him, so Philip threw it on the ground. I said, now, Philip, you did not have to throw that on the ground. See, you already showing poor sportsmanship right there. Okay, just because he acting funny don't mean you got to meet him there. But I guess, girl, I mean, that's how y'all do tit for tat. Then they do the worm. I guess it was called ant worm or something on the ground. Mama Joyce decided that she was going to get on the ground and show the people how to do it. Everybody looked foolish as they was wobbling on this ground. But I must say, I want knees like Mama Joyce, okay? Damn knees like Megan. Hear me. I want the knees that Mama Joyce had, because Mama Joyce got down on that ground. She wobbledy, 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 and then she got back up. Like everything was good. Then she was excited. Then wasn't she jumping up and down talking about how if she win, or if their Kandi team win, she wants Todd to go into the kitchen? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I want that type of energy, God. What else? So Philip, Brandon, and Brian. Okay. So they sat down and they discussed some things about the actions of Brian and things that led to him getting suspended. And when they sat down and thought about it further, they decided that they were not going to fire him. Okay. He and Philip are now on a better wave, and they both apologize to each other. So we just gonna see how their relationship is going to build or not build from this point. Okay, so it was a cute episode for what it was. Yeah, Philip has some internalized homophobia, which is funny because he's gay himself, right? And his man is pretty metrosexual himself, as well as his best friend is metrosexual as well. So yeah, I don't understand that. I think Philip enjoys, and I could be wrong, I feel like he enjoys walking that fine line where you can't tell whether he's straight or he is gay, or whether he is bi, until y'all get close enough to where he opens up to you like that. I don't know. I don't know, child. Shout out to Erica De Niro. I love her. She said the same thing. Philip has an issue with feminine gay men. I do not understand it, girl. I don't, but he do. He do. Todd is very annoying. He tends to have a strict stank attitude, or maybe that's just how it comes off. But he deals with his daughter the same way he deals with those workers when they do wrong. Interesting. Now, I wonder why Todd does that with her, because then he found out about Kayla at a later time in life. She was much older. I don't even know if Todd knew that he had a daughter, so she kind of came into his life at a later age. I bet you he don't treat Ace and Blaze like that, probably because they're babies and he was there from the very, very beginning. So he probably has like a different dynamic. But I don't know why he do Kayla like that. Like he treat them other folks. I think he be feeling like because people are adults, they're supposed to automatically just get it and understand. I think he believes businesses are self-sustaining once you get them running and just reap the profits. You're probably right, Abu. He probably has a bit of that mindset and that thinking based on their celebrity and Kandi status, right? So yeah, because then my Mama Joyce even mentioned that. Excuse me, she mentioned that of course the business is gonna do well or something like that. She mentioned because of who Kandi is, or no, maybe they were talking about because of Kandi's celebrity, a lot of things fall back on her, which it do. It do. Whenever we hear these negative things about like ratings and stuff like that, the food and whatever else, that really falls back on Kandi immediately before it falls back on Todd. Thank you so much, Black Royalty 88, for the super chat. This episode, you can definitely see Philip has an issue with feminine men. He and Brandon made a comment about Brian being picked last. I missed that. I missed that comment. I mean, I did hear him make that a slick comment to his friend that came over to the house and talked about how Brian was like over the top or something. I think he said over the top because the first thing that came to my mind was flamboyant. But I think he used a different term or something. So yeah, he definitely has an issue. But I missed that comment that he made towards the end. Okay, that's what it was. He found out about her when she was 5. Got it. I don't know why I thought she was much older when we were watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. I thought she was like a teenager or something. So it was 5. Thank you for that, Sweet P724. All right, you guys. So I'm sure the financial responsibility is on Kandi too. I'm sure. Girl, we're gonna find out about that come next come Real Housewives of Atlanta as well, when he talks about his name not being on a condo and stuff. A lot of financial responsibility falls on Kandi, but I feel like Kandi may welcome it as well. And I could be wrong, but I feel like she do so much for everybody. She welcomes it because I think that also is what she needs to make her go even harder with her businesses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's what I thought, Amina. I thought it was 12 or 14 because I thought he found out about her while filming the show. But I mean, you know, I'm not sure. I just know he wasn't there from the very beginning. He didn't know that he had a daughter until later, you know. So but all right, you guys, we are going to switch gears. I know the title says Kandi and the Gang, but I am going to also be talking about Bad Boys LA. Okay, so I definitely want to go ahead and get this review out of the way. And you guys are welcome to hang around. Okay, go ahead and hit the like button as I grab my notes and get everything pulled up. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that as well for me, honey. Okay, so let's get into it. So y'all know, they got into it. Okay, on the last episode, Kirk Franklin's son, Kirion, and Moolah got into it. Curtis then pushed Kirion up off him, right? Even though now Curtis tried to act like the boy was falling on him, so he pushed him, and I get that. But I do feel like you Slick was trying to jump in that fight just a little bit. And Milan Christopher is so annoying. I high key cannot stand him. And then he decides that he was gonna go and sucker punch Mr. Curtis. And I'm like, why you putting your hands on this man? Then turn around, hit this man. So a lot of chaos was happening the night before, but the next morning we see where Moolah and Curtis are pretty much spending a lot of time talking about the previous night before Milan and Christopher decides he's gonna walk up there and have a conversation with him too. So so Curtis tell Milan how bogus he was, basically. Like, sir, you was bogus AF for sitting up there sneak punching me, and you knew you was wrong for that, right? So then Milan says, no, y'all was on some bogus stuff for trying to create some gay versus straight type stuff. Girl, let me turn my nose ring, okay? Because she acting up, and I ain't trying to be like Marceau brother. Okay, I had to turn my nose ring just a little bit. Sorry, y'all, because I ain't trying to be like Marceau brother where they think that I got something in my nose, girl. But anyway, let's keep going. So Curtis, no, yeah. So Milan was just like, I'm not rocking with y'all because y'all trying to create some gay versus straight type stuff, and I'm not cool with that. So Milan tells him he said it's coming off like a racist type thing, right? It's like y'all saying, oh, he can't stand on this side with y'all. Like, you can't stand on this side with me if you black. You got to only be over here if you white. He was like, you see how that works? Like, you're doing the same thing to him that white folks would do to us, and that's just not cool, right? So Curtis is funny because Milan starts to have more of a conversation with Moolah, and the entire time I see Curtis staring at Milan like he's about to punch him. Like, he didn't blink. He just sat there and just stared at him. He didn't move his eyes, and I'm just like, you looking like you calculating like how you finna knock him the hell out. That's weird, but okay, do what you gonna do. So Milan tells, so Moolah and Milan start going back and forth. They start arguing back and forth. Milan tells him that old boy owes him absolutely nothing or something like that. As far as like his sexuality. And I agree with Milan on that. I don't feel like he owe y'all anything, regardless whether he's bi, he's straight, he gay. It really ain't your business. If you're not smashing him, it's none of your business. Leave it alone, right? So then Milan asks, why did you sneak him? He's asking Moolah, why did you punch Kirian? Because he rocked the shit out this boy jaw. Do you hear me? He rocked the out this boy jaw. And I'm just like, sir, Milan, you're the last person that need to be running around asking people why they snuck people when you pretty much snuck two people, in my opinion. You turned around, took your drink, and threw it on Relly. And then you also snuck Curtis. So, and you've just been jumping in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you anyway. Like, I'm just like, sit back. Okay. What else? Moolah says that, listen, I don't got no, first of all, Moolah lies and says something like he tried to jump him. And I said, what did he say? Did he say this boy tried to jump him? I know he didn't say that, but then he just kept talking. It didn't make sense. I was like, Moolah, you over here lying because you ain't got no explanation. So Moolah says, listen, I don't have an issue with the gay community, okay? I have no issue. He decides that he was going to apologize. And then this is when Milan said, that's cool. I appreciate your apology, but you need to direct that over there. Don't direct it at me because, okay, that ain't for me. That's for them. Right. So then what else? Curtis says, well, since we speaking on an apology, I feel like you owe me one because you should have never put your hands on me. You should have never snuck me. And then Milan said, you're right. I do owe you an apology. But at the same time, I feel like you tried to get yourself involved. And I said, we're talking about you. We're talking about you, sir. What did you do? You over here trying to talk about him jumping into some. It ain't had nothing to do with you at the end of the day. So let's talk about the apology that you owe. And I do believe that Milan gave him that apology. Okay. So all is well. But then Curtis talked about how he wanted to get a boxing match. Meanwhile, you got Milan talking about something, you really don't want to box me because these hands are lethal. And I'm like, well, where was these hands when it came to Anthony? And where was these hands when it came to Relly? Because you really ain't got them hands like you say. You just got all muscle, but you ain't got no hands. I haven't seen it. But all right, then. What else? Real and Gutter. So they go check on Lil Kurt, baby Kurt. When I tell you Gutter likes him some Kyrian so bad, it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know if Kyrian is in. I don't know if Gutter is indeed Kyrian's type. Now Kyrian did come out and admit to the fact that he's bi, and we'll get to that. But I don't know if Gutter is 100% his type. I just think that, he is confident and comfortable in his sexuality or whatnot. So when Gutter makes those advances, it doesn't, really bother him that much. But I wonder what his type is as far as like a guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he likes transgender women or something. Like, I don't know what it is he's really into, but I'm wondering. Okay. I'm wondering what I'm wondering. Okay, Gutter want to fight for Kyrian because he know damn well. Then Darrell beat the brace off Milan, and that's how I saw it. On more than one. That's how I saw it. So yikes. See, Milan fights low. He be on that stuff like Gaia from Jocelyn's Cabaret. He likes to fight low, right? And I know he does that to avoid from people hitting his face. He likes to fight low, and it's like, baby, that's not gonna help you. That is not going to help you. I love minding my Black-owned business. Don't be asking me who I'm sleeping with because it don't pay your bills. It don't help you with anything you're trying to do. It does not raise your credit score. It does not do anything for you. Who I'm sleeping with cannot help you go in the bank and get a mortgage loan. Like that. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Do things that can help you. Okay. Focus on those things. Okay. Sometimes you got to take them in. You talking about from my nose ring beast? So I'm like, girl, let me just turn this. If that's what you talking about, I'm like, girl, let me turn her. Curtis be looking like Life Jennings. You think so? I don't think so. I think he's a cute guy though. His forehead is huge, and I realized it this past episode, but I was like, he's still a cutie pie though. I don't like that, and I feel that Kayla needs to have a bit more love shown towards her. I still don't like when he tried to prevent Kandi from pouring into her. Like, oh yeah, you talking about? Yeah, I remember that. That was terrible. I was shocked. Not Moolah. Why y'all think Moolah? Moolah does not give me suspect. He gets on your nerves. Yeah, he does. He can be annoying. I will say that. Moolah he is definitely annoying, but he don't give me suspect for real. Not to me. But everybody sees something different. So Real and Gutter, they go check on Kyrian. Okay, Gutter want to be there for his boo so bad. I already told y'all that. Kyrian says that he just helping. Oh, so Real was like, what y'all got something going on? What is this? What y'all doing? And he was like, I'm just helping her with her music and stuff like that. I'm like, you helping her with her music. Is that what it is? I guess, honey. Is it just music? Because you won't have to be clear with Gutter. Because I think Gutter thinks it's probably going to be more. And if that's your type, that's cool. But I don't know if Gutter your type. But I don't know what your type is to really know because you ain't telling nobody the answer. Either way. Okay. All right, so Rail speaks on William being a punk and not trying to fight because they bring up the fact that, he been out here bullying people and fighting and stuff. And Rail's like, no, that's not what it is. I really was fighting Dylan for William because William was doing all this big talk all over the summer about how he finna whoop, 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 whoop. He finna tell something. So I was like, yo, if you don't do it, I'm I'm gonna fight you. Like if you don't do this today, y'all don't fight, I'm gonna fight you. I wanted him to be about the stuff that he had been talking about all summer. Right. So Rail says he beat up Dylan because he was friends with William. Right. And Kyrian calls Rail a bully. And Rail says, I'm not a bully. I'm just not afraid to fight nobody. OK, so I don't know if Rail is a bully. Maybe he could have been in that particular situation, but I don't think he's like a bully. I do think that he is a person that is ready to throw them hands at any given moment. And I can't stand Dylan. Dylan, for me, is the fakest one on the show. I can't stand, I don't know. I can't stand Dylan. I feel like I like Milan more than I like Dylan. Because Dylan, and I understand there are different types of bad boys, but I don't see no bad in Dylan at all. At all, at all. And and he's so scary. I was like, oh baby, why y'all brought this baby on this show? Y'all should not. He is so scary. And it's okay if you are a scary person, you're not a confrontational person. That is completely okay. I think what bothers me about Dylan is he portrays as though he is when he's not. Right? So I'm like, if you're just not one of those people, it's okay. Just say that. Okay. So there's that. What else? We get to William and Dylan talking, and I'm trying to find out who told the producers that we wanted to see the crack of William's act. Who told y'all that? Why did y'all have to shoot from that angle? Acting like he over there writing on the paper. I was like, girl, y'all in these fake scenes y'all be creating. So Dylan, like I said, he's far from a bad boy. I don't know how he got on this show. William speaks on Rail jumping him and how he and Rail were friends before they got there. So now he doesn't think anyone is his friend at this point, right? Dylan says that he was really scared last night because fights was breaking out. I was really scared last night. Right, bitch. I was scared last night because fights was happening everywhere. I bet you were. I bet you were with your scary. I bet you were. Okay, but then you get in the confessionals in your safe space and you be doing a whole lot, honey. But okay. So he says he feels like he had a friend in the house. After when William said, well, Milan had your back. So how does that make you feel? He said, well, it just made me feel like I got a friend in the house. And I'm like, not in Milan, fool. Milan ain't your friend. Let me keep going. So Dylan and William speak on being divided by sexuality and then also being divided by race in so many words because, of course, they're the only two white boys in the house. And they were really just talking about the situation with Kirion and Tamula and stuff and how they didn't like how that happened. But high key, y'all wanted to know whether or not Kirion was gay or straight, though. Like, y'all did. He was like, well, I don't know if he gay or straight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't telling us nothing yet. But then they go into the conversation of it being about, being divided and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but y'all act like y'all don't want to know what side of the fence that man on. Okay, y'all know y'all be wanting to know. That's okay. Let's move on. I just think the approach from Moolah was just out of order. Now, Kirion, Moolah, and Curtis, they do sit down and talk. Kirion pretty much checks them. Not really check them, but he check in and stuff like that. He tried to check them, but they didn't seem to be bothered. I noticed that Curtis ain't that tough guy either, but Curtis does strike me as a person where he will throw them hands if need be. But he was doing a whole lot of laughy, where it's like he would prefer to probably take the approach of like, let's try to resolve this before it gets to a level where it can't return. But if it go down, then I'm with whatever type. That's like what he gives me. Just a little bit. So Kirion checks in with them, and Curtis is trying to explain to him that I guess the relationship between he and Moolah, he feels like, oh yeah, we're from the same area. We both from New York. We both straight. So we trying to room together. We got some things in common that we like. So that's how we rocking. Okay. And then Kirion is asking questions because girl, my nose ring just keeps trying to turn, and I'm bothered by it. I'm sorry, y'all. That shit is really bothering me. But anyway, so Kirion is asking him a question because he feel like y'all the ones that's suspect. Let's talk about that, okay? Moolah still wants to know, listen, are you gay or straight, homie? I just want to know. That irritated me. We just had a whole conversation, a damn near a whole brawl about it. And then now you want to ask me this question again? Why? How is this going to help you? Why do you need to know so badly? And don't say that you want to know so that you can welcome me with open arms when you really could have did that from the beginning, regardless of what my sexuality was. So what is the purpose here? So Kirion trying to insinuate that the both of them is the ones that's over there messing around because they keep asking him all the questions, right? So it's funny because you can see Moolah trying so hard not to laugh at him because he's like, you are a character. Like, bro, you funny. Like he's trying, but it was what it was. So this is when Kirion, at some point, he does open up and let them know that he is bisexual. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah. Kirion says, I don't understand why they keep asking me about my sexuality. He said they didn't ask anybody else about about their sexuality. And I'm like, well, Kirion, they didn't ask because it's clear. With them, it's clear on what side of the fence they on. With you, it's not necessarily clear. Not that it's any of their business, but that's the reason why they didn't ask nobody else, okay? Kirian opens up and says, all right, whatever. I mean, you want to say I'm bisexual, then, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I like what I like. I am like, you know, it's whatever. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's where Kirian is. He opens up, he says that he's bisexual. I don't know how his dad feels about that or how he responds to that, because that ended up being a question from Moolah. Moolah asked the question. Now, I'm not going to lie. Moolah asked the question that I felt a lot of people wanted to know. Like, well, what does your dad say? Like, we know that you guys have a strained relationship, so how does he feel about that? You know what I'm saying? When high key, honestly, it don't matter because it ain't his life. You know what I'm saying, to live. But I'm being, he asked the question that I know I wanted to know. Like, what your daddy said? How your daddy feel about it? Right? What else? They ride, they in the bus, they ride, they heading over there to their party. They get to the party and they say everybody was there. First of all, let me say this. I don't know about y'all, but I truly do not believe they was at the same party as the baby. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think they was at the same party. I think they probably had cameras at the party that the baby was at, which is why they got the footage that they got or something. But I do not believe that they was at that same party. Something about it just was, y'all went on a different night. I don't know. Okay. So, what else? William gonna get touched again. William, you're gonna get touched again. William decided that he was gonna shake his ass on everybody. And I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Whether I'm gay, whether I'm straight, I don't want your R's on me. Don't do that. You're invading my space, okay? That's disrespectful. At this point, I'm trying to figure out how I can file assault, because you should have never shook your ass on me. I didn't ask you to do that, okay? So he does that to everybody. And Moolah was so upset, y'all. So Moolah walks outside with Curtis. Curtis pulled him outside. Y'all know what I thought about when I saw that? That little boy that does he did a video years ago, and he said, it's a little video of this little boy. He's grown out. Not grown, but much older. And he says, I'm not coming over here no more. I'm not coming over here no more. And the mama was like, well, what happened? Nana, what she do? She just up and kissed me in my mouth. I ain't coming over here no more. Like, that's all that I heard when Moolah was over here mad about William shaking his ass on him. It was like, I ain't coming over here no more. He just sat up here and shook his ass on me. I'm not coming over here. I thought that was hilarious. So they stepped outside. They talked about it. I understood Moolah's frustration, because it's like, regardless of what I am, gay or straight, I don't want your ass on me. You out here doing too much, trying to be seen. And then he just kept, I hate when people do that. When people use their hands to make their butt like pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can't even explain. They do this little thing to their butt, and it's like, baby, whatever's back there is back there. If it's not giving, it's not. If it's giving, it is, and you ain't got to do all that. What is this? What is that little pet? Like, calm down, all right? Hate when people do that. It's giving, it ain't jiggling, but can you see it jiggling? Like, it ain't jiggling, but look at it. It's moved. Like, stop, okay? It's all right. Oh, I hate it. I hate when they do that. So Moolah wanted to slap out of him. Curtis had to calm him down, let him know it's all good. We got some baddies over here in the section. Like, let's just focus on that. But at some point, he is going to be checking this shit out of William, as he should. Okay? Check him and let him know, keep your nasty, funky booty over there. Okay, don't be shaking this all over on me. Okay, and what else? I think that was it. I think Moolah was just at a space where he doesn't want to be considered homophobic, right? He doesn't want nobody to think that he homophobic because he didn't want this man shaking his ass on him. But I thoroughly believe if William would have went over there and did that to Anthony, or maybe primarily Milan, Milan probably would have snapped out. Like, get your ass off me. Like, can you move? Like, that's disrespectful. You in my space. You see I'm over here chilling. Why you trying to be extra? Right? So that's what it was giving for me. Okay, bitch, the way I just hollered on this phone, I had to put the customer on hold. Not you being on the phone and listening to the review at the same time. He never gives, girl. I'm just like, him and Dylan, girl, I can't. OMG, that's my flat ass daughter. Got all the breasts in the world. Backside flat as a board. Not you talking about your daughter. Not you talking about your child. Oh my God. Don't do that. That's the only way Nicki Minaj can twerk. When you wrong for that, embarrassing. I've never seen Nikki do that though. That's crazy. I know he ain't want the people to think he was gay, but they gonna think that anyways, cause they all together in the party with cameras. Ooh. You about got a point, Melanie. Okay, Milan likes trade anyway, so he would be upset. And there's that. Imagine if Roland Ray was on this show. Yo, I thought about that. I was wondering what would that dynamic be like if he, and I wonder if they could have called him, but because he was probably, y'all know he had C-19 and stuff, he had been in the hospital and stuff, he probably couldn't do it. But I wonder what that dynamic would have been like. I bet you he'd probably be on next season though. I bet you he'll probably be on next season. For me, if you gotta jumpstart your booty to make it clap, it's a no. He looked like a whole mess. He did. He did. And it was terrible. Terrible. I'm like, girl, what man trying to run up in that? Absolutely not. No, it's not giving. But guys, that's really pretty much everything that I have for you all today. What? Jamie and Jay Lee, stay having me embarrass myself randomly. You talking about being out here in the streets laughing and stuff? Roland Ray would have been perfect. Listen, it would have been hella entertaining. Hella entertaining. Hella. And then we're gonna talk about him tonight, guys. Is Jonathan on the show? Wasn't there a clip of him trying to hit Milan with the chair? I believe he is going to show up at some point. I do not know when, but I thoroughly hope that they do not edit that out, because I'm ready to see Milan get punked. I may have different feelings once I see how everything plays out. I may not be team Jonathan, but the way Milan be around there diddy bopping and then got the audacity to be referring to other people like they bullies and stuff, like, I'm like, no, that's you. You be doing too much. Too much. Jamie is hilarious. I think we all had a flashback when we saw that couch. Oh, he's talking about from earlier. Thank you so much, Tori. I appreciate it. Not somebody would have been rolled down the steps. Oh, that would have been good too. He crossed my mind. Whenever I see Milan, I think of Brock, right? That would have been good too. I think I talked about that. I think somebody said his mom passed away recently or something. So that would have been good if he would have been able to be on there. I don't know, child. I want to say 45, but he over there talking about he's 35. So I'm going to give him a good 40 because I'm sure ain't in his mid-30s. And that's okay because Milan doesn't even, if he is like late 30s, 40, he don't even look like it. So, I mean, I can see why, it's a lie. Because let me look the same. I'm going to be lying too. Girl, at some point, I'm just not going to be putting the age on the post. It's just going to be happy birthday. Okay? It's just going to be happy birthday. Don't worry about the age. Mind your business. Mind yours. Mind yours. Not Martell and Milan need to start skipping arm days in the gym. I feel like Martell's fits his physique better than Milan's. I do. Because even though Martell wear the tight pants, his booty still looks natural. Whereas Milan's booty, when he was in them tan sweats and he was fighting Rail, it looked like, girl, the booty got pumped. I don't know, but it was, I mean, maybe he's doing too much squats or whatever he's giving back there, but it was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this right here. Sir, the little boy who was mad at his granny took me out. Right. He was mad as fuck. Couldn't find the words. Just, I'm not coming back over here no more. I'm not coming back over here. Nana, she just up and kissed me in my mouth. I'm not coming over here. Okay? Period. All right, you guys. So I thank you all so much for joining me. Okay, please feel free to like the video, subscribe if you have yet to do so. I am definitely planning to come back to you guys a little later with much more content that we will be talking about. Okay, so that's all that I got. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.